kind of scary here that there's 22 units defending here. I think I will lose quite a bit here. But I don't think there's any other way how to deal with this situation. I think I'm committed. I think I have to clear this. Yeah, you know, my teammates are already kind of starting to fight. We see different strategies here. So they have, you know, UK, France, and Italy on the front line. And we basically only have Germany and Austria on the front line. But Ukraine, like semi on the front line. He has a direct connection apparently. And so he reinforced here, and there's a bunch of Ukrainian troops on the front line here. So because UK is sending all of his stuff to Scandinavia, this has a situation where we are kind of favored and we have the numbers. I think so. We see there's a bunch of Italian troops here. We are a little bit weak here. I guess Ukraine is wanting to attack and outflank them. And also here we have quite a bit more troops. And we put some spies on Nancy here. But apparently it's not enough for Germany to be like, oh, let me attack. I actually thought he would attack. But maybe he is a little bit scared. I mean, it is like a 38% bonus. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the right call to stay passive here and take Switzerland and then threaten this additional province. Yeah, I think that's not bad. We see Turkey, who keeps pushing, and he seems to be doing quite good. And I think the core thing about this game is morale, right? I think morale is really important in Supremacy. And if you look at my profile, I only have an average morale of 66%. And it's gonna drop even lower. But I think it works the same way in Call of War, that if you grab a capital, you get some morale boost. And I assume Squid, he's at 73. So I think, and he took some provinces. So I think he got like 1 or 2 capitals, I assume. And that's why his morale is higher. Or there's something going on that I don't really understand. But yeah, let's look at him, what he's doing. That's so interesting. So he's not producing from these barracks. And I have no idea why he would disable the barracks. And he's making this port here. I understand that, because this is double resource province. But I don't think I can reproduce it. I have this fish here. But it doesn't show me a port here, a harbor, right? So I assume that's because this is not on the sea. Even though it has like a lake, I guess it's not the sea. So I don't think I can reproduce what he's doing there. But I don't think anybody else is like disabling barracks. I'm really curious, like, why is this disabling his barracks there? But yeah, I mean, this game, like Supremacy, is really, really slow. I actually thought in these production thingies that there would be an army of 10 infantry coming out. I was really sure about this being 10 infantry, but it's only 1 infantry. So that really makes me reevaluate kinda about how important it is to conserve units. Because, you know, in Call of War, we basically play in a way that the deaths should be 0 as long as you play against AI. You should have like a KD of like 100 to 0. But here it seems like I attacked with 50 against like, I don't know, 4 or like 8. I think 50 against 8, and I lost units. I lost like 1 infantry, which is really surprising to me. I actually hope that this game is not gonna end too soon. So I hope that France and Italy know what they're doing, playing in this sort of 2 versus 2.5 situation. But I think after I clear this and clear this, I think I'm gonna head north with this army. And then with this army, I'm actually not sure if I should bring it north to Finland or keep clearing here, or head to Belgium and support my allies. Probably I should support my allies. That always seems like a good move, right? Probably should support my allies. So maybe I'm gonna swing south. Maybe Latvia. Wait, what? This is country even. This country is Lithuania. Is all of this Lithuania? So Lithuania is a big country. But I guess I could bring them through the ocean and help my allies through the ocean. Yeah, I really don't know. like me having 50 units on the border here would make a big difference, right? But other than that, I think we're basically just waiting for there to be like a higher day. Right now it's the start of day 2. And then I think once day 3 comes around, we can produce railways, get some industry out, and factories only at day 6, aerodrome day 8. And aerodrome, you know, I've never seen fighters in this game. I only see people like have the Zeppelins. I've never seen a fighter. So I wonder what that is about. But yeah, I think there's nothing to do for now. So we're gonna keep monitoring this war and then see what happens. There was quite a big battle here going on where the Ukrainian and German troops together tried to push through France, and it really looked like they would break through. German and Ukrainian troops were like here, and they both had like 45 units, and there were like only 30 units here. But I guess France must have reinforced after the battle started, and maybe the units merged together to like one big defensive stack. But yeah, Ukraine lost a bunch of units. If we check the Ukraine profile, he has 64 losses, Germany has 41 losses, and France has 40 losses. So yeah, I think Ukraine and Germany got dealt a little bit of a bloody nose, and France actually had quite a big victory here. UK is actually doing a really good job at expanding in Scandinavia, and this is kind of catching me off guard a lot, because also like I just recently noticed that there's like these double resource province in the north. There's like not even here. I should have, I think, beelined here. And there's also like this thing where maybe in this game actually attacking big countries is easier than small countries, because these small countries usually just huddle together in their capital, and you don't really have a way around it, just like here. And with the big countries, you can, you know, avoid the capital troops, bypass it a little bit, clear the other stuff, and then that gives them time to split off some units, retake the thing, or try to retake the thing, and then you move back, and you basically grind the country down without needing to clear this. There's 22 units here, by the way, without needing to clear these big stacks. And there's also like a fortress here, so I would lose like 15 units if I would clear this, which I did do like here and here. And you can see like my KD is quite a bit less than that of like the UK and the Ottoman Empire. Yeah, I would do it very differently if I would play it again, because now I'm scared of this thing. I would lose like 15 units, so now I'm bringing it back, and now I'm not sure, should I take this and basically declare war on this and then basically grind this down, because here I'm basically too late already anyways, or should I maybe bring this stack immediately like to Finland, and maybe I can reach this place before the British reinforcements maybe come to Scandinavia, and then maybe I can destroy this and then build forts here and basically have a defensive line deeper into Scandinavia. I mean, even if I would take these two, I would keep moving west, but that's still the problem. Like if I'm gonna get counterattacked with this stack and these units, and I have to clear Finland and want to fight UK, that might be a little bit much, right? That might get a little bit much. And I think right now I have the unit supremacy probably in Scandinavia. It might look a little bit challenging already. How much games did UK play? 55. I think if I can go even against UK in Scandinavia, I basically would do my job, because I count as a bad player and I think he counts as a good player. And at the same time, for example, I think we have here in the Middle East, we have Joker, who counts as a bad player, and we have Squid, who counts as a good player, which is actually funny because it's exactly the opposite as what people were trying to make us play, right? People were like, I don't know how Squid got on Ottoman, because I think we were supposed to have our good players in these two. Let's see what... Oh, he actually also has a lot of games. What about Germany? I see. Anyways, yeah, I'm not sure what you guys think. Is going here, clearing these 2 provinces, and then heading west with like then probably around 90 units. Am I too exposed at the back? Probably, right? But I need the double food. You can see I'm lacking food. I'm scared that I'm gonna run out of food, and then I think that's not good, right? That makes your army weaker and something, then all your production halts. But we can see I'm producing a lot of wood and iron, so I think I could like produce another railroad, and I have like the 2 railroads on my double production thingies, and I don't think I want to make one here because first it's low morale, and second I assume they're gonna try to retake it, and I think I might not be in time to stop it. But then there's also the question, where else will I put it? In theory, I would feel like we should try to get all our double resource provinces equipped with railroads as soon as possible. Let me show you guys what a railroad is, in case you don't know. A railroad increases resource production. And so what Squid told us is basically, while going into the mid-game, because every new captured province is gonna actually be negative for your overall resource until it's 75% morale. That means you kind of need to scale your production buildings and your industry buildings while you capture new territory. And that makes a lot of sense to me. So I think now I kind of have enough new resources to build a new railroad, and Germany is not really responding to me. So, because I told him like I can send you resources to build a railroad, right? So I think maybe I'm just gonna build a railroad myself, but I wonder where. Maybe just like on some food. I think food is what I need right now. I think it's not too bad. Maybe I just build it here. Maybe also see like these troops here. They're kind of disrupting the East Libya player. I mean, if you look at this KD, it's 48 to 6. So he didn't lose a lot of units yet, which in one hand means he's very passive, which means he's not maybe an active, experienced player, but the other hand means he's not on the verge of dying, and he should be able to defend himself. But it really seems like our southern front is gonna win, and as long as we don't break in the north, we should be good. And then I do think the AI is mostly attacking with like small number of units. I think I can attack it, and then I can keep clearing it with my reinforcements, with my armored car reinforcements, something like that. I think it should be fine. So I'm gonna do this. And then I move further north. So how is Supremacy different in Call of War? It's far more slow-paced, and economy is a much more important thing to think about and consider all in different ways. And where do you build your production facilities matters. I have the mistake here that I didn't build my workshops in the double reasons provinces. But yeah, in exchange, I'm getting out my railroads a little bit faster. But so there was like this debate about Austria-Hungary. They made a bunch of these like barracks workshop combos in one resource production facilities, and they also made like Austria made 3 double like level 2 workshops, and Germany made 4 level 2 workshops. And for example, with Germany, you know, he has now 1 of those level 2 workshops producing, and all the other 3 are idle and have nothing to produce. So it's sort of inefficient if you look at it that way. Of course, they did try to rush and break through, so you can argue yeah, you know, that makes sense. Like, you know, in StarCraft 2, it would be the same. Like, you build production buildings to make a rush. And of course, you never assume that you're going to have the money to keep up production, but you still want to rush and get out as many units as possible to overwhelm the enemy early. I don't have enough experience. I mean, this is my first game. I really don't know if it's justified to make 4. Or in the case of Austria, he made 3. And he always had this workshop barrack combo, because you need the workshop barrack combo to be able to produce cavalry. So he made like 3 of these combos, and I guess 2 of them are on single resource provinces. But his argument is like he wants the cavalry to be able to expand into Romania faster. And I also don't know if that makes sense or not. I think he has a point that sounds sort of reasonable to me. So I think it's fine. Overall, still anybody's game, still very close. I am a little bit scared of the UK. I have to admit, I'm a little bit scared. I feel like I will not be able to defeat this deck. What does he even do? Oh no, he has like a cavalry. He even has a movement speed hero, man. He's gonna be so fast. I made so many mistakes so far. So many mistakes. I think my attack pathings were wrong. I should have made the workshops in the double resource provinces. Other than that, it's fine though. I think I'm doing good with the railroad. I'm using the stock market a lot to buy cheap resources like cheap wood and stuff. And this is also another thing that I've been doing. If you look at my resources here, I am making a lot of oil and losing a lot of gas and coal, because I have the theory that I can buy this cheap coal here, alright, and then sell my oil here, and I basically make the difference. I'm basically doing arbitrage to get an economical advantage with like this imbalance. And it's funny, I feel like I studied economics and for me that's very intuitive. Like I can pull my slider here, like max out my oil production and profit from there being a high oil price on the market, right? It seems natural to me. I mean, the UK does seem to be a little bit out of position. Maybe you could argue if I swing north directly, will I be able to sneak these provinces? But I still think that should be my priority to clear this. And I mean, this way I'm gonna be there in 1 day and 1 hour. And I don't even think this is accurate, because if it works like it works in Call of War, it still gives me the enemy territory penalties for this. I think I'm gonna take it. And yeah, I think I want to let these countries bleed out their armies anyways. And they usually, yeah, you know, they attack with like 3 or 4 or maybe 5 infantry at a time. And then I can just maybe have like a few armored cars and then clear them and slowly take all of this territory. I think that's fine. We're gonna get the factory on day 6, which at this point isn't that far away anymore. And the factory will make us be able to make artillery, I think artillery is only at day 8, right? Ooh, and there's even more thingies here. That's so interesting. I actually didn't think they had all these units in Supremacy. I thought they had like armored cars, artillery, and maybe the tanks. I've never seen bombers and stuff. I've never seen a heavy tank. That's crazy. They also have railroad guns? Super interesting. This is gonna be also interesting, I think. So, from what I was told, convoy units are 4 times weaker than normal. So that should be around 2.5 infantry attacking against 4 infantry defending. And I think I should convincingly win this battle. Maybe I lose 1 infantry. But I think overall this should go into my favor a lot. I think I shouldn't lose too much here. But I think, like if I do this, then it assumes that I'm gonna send them into the water myself, which is basically a thing that I always had an issue with this in Call of War as well, where for a long time I wasn't even sure if you can attack convoys, like disembarking convoys with melee units, because they would always trigger to go into water. I will have to figure it out here, but my plan is to kill, like, I think I should be able to, but yeah, I maybe have to play around with it. But yeah, I think that's everything for now. See you in the next update.